The fourth Democratic Party primary debate just concluded, and I know you're all expecting me to vocalize my thoughts about that debate. Trust me, I have quite a bit to say about that. Rest assured that that video will follow this video, but I actually wanted to talk about something that's potentially more impactful than the debate. This is something that is so important, it could literally change the entire dynamic of the 2020 Democratic Party primary. I'm talking about an endorsement, or rather endorsements, that Bernie Sanders will reportedly receive this weekend. So as reporter Rebecca Falconer of Axios reports, Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez will endorse Senator Bernie Sanders for president as she appears alongside him at a rally in New York City on Saturday, the Washington Post reports. CNN is reporting that Representatives Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib will also endorse him at the rally. So think about the impact that this could have. 3 out of the 4 members of the squad, known as the most vocally progressive members of Congress, will be endorsing Bernie Sanders. Think about how this could change the game. Because a lot of people who are not necessarily as politically savvy, they're just kind of average consumers of news, they might just see Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren as the same when it comes to policy and think that they're both equally progressive. So, if you're just a casual viewer of CNN or MSNBC and you don't really follow this as closely as you or me, they might just think, well, you know what, I'm going to opt for Bernie. If the ideas and the policies are the same, why not go for someone who's a little bit younger, who is a woman? But what's going to happen is by AOC, Ilhan Omar, and Rashida Tlaib endorsing Bernie Sanders, it's going to force people to really grapple with the differences between him and Elizabeth Warren and think through, wait, why would people who are progressive opt for Bernie over Elizabeth Warren? And what's also going to be interesting is, for whatever reason, there's a lot of people who are establishment-minded Democratic Party loyalists who love AOC, love everything that she talks about, think she is great, who hate Bernie Sanders. Now, I don't understand these people. Ideologically, there's really no coherency there, seemingly, but this is going to force those people to reckon with their political beliefs and think, wait a second, someone who I love is endorsing someone who I hate. What's happening here? This is going to cause some cognitive dissonance. AOC may lose support from some establishment-minded figures because of this endorsement. But make no mistake about it, this is really important. This could be the jolt of energy that Bernie Sanders' campaign needs right now. Because think about what the narrative has been since he had his heart attack. Is Bernie out of this? Is he in this still? I mean, is he even going to be okay? We saw him at the debate. He looked fantastic. He looked radiant. He was energetic. And now he's changing the narrative by announcing an endorsement with AOC, Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, 3 people who are incredibly important progressives. Wow. This is huge. Now, look, I was a little bit cynical, and I wasn't even sure that we'd see very many endorsements for Bernie Sanders. Prior to him announcing that he'd run again, I just assumed, if AOC is going to endorse Bernie Sanders, then she's probably going to wait until the last minute, wait until, the New York primary. But, I thought that made sense. However, there was one caveat. In the event Bernie Sanders started to lose momentum, this is what you kind of do to give a little bit of a jolt of energy to his campaign, and it's coming at the perfect timing. We need this right now. Bernie Sanders, there's a little bit of hope that he's going to get a boost in the polls. Now is the time to go hard and endorse him, and this it comes at a perfect time. I can't stress that enough. This is so exciting. This is phenomenal news, and the minute that I found out about this, I didn't even care about the debate. I just thought, this is what we need. Bernie Sanders' debate performance was fantastic, but this news is much more important in terms of influencing the outcome of the 2020 Democratic Party primary, and I'm just so thankful that all 3 of the squad members, the most important ones anyway, who know better, are going to be endorsing him. Look, it makes sense. They're ideologically aligned with Bernie Sanders on more things than Elizabeth Warren. They are ideologically aligned with him on a lot of things. They've teamed up with him. AOC has teamed up with Bernie Sanders, as did Ilhan Omar, to introduce a House version of the student loan debt cancellation plan. This is important and makes sense. The only thing that maybe could have prevented them from endorsing or influenced them to not endorse was any types of political limitations. The thought that, well, you know what, if Bernie Sanders doesn't seem like he's going to win, then maybe I should back the winning horse in this race, Elizabeth Warren, in order to maybe have a little bit more influence. That was what I thought they were probably thinking, but I'm glad to know I'm wrong. I'm glad to see them really stand up for what they believe in and endorse the candidate who they are ideologically aligned with more, and not just wait and sit this out like Elizabeth Warren did in 2016 and back whoever it seems like is going to win. They're doing such a great thing. This proves to me that these women are so awesome. They are the real deal. I already knew that they were great, but this just beyond a shadow of a doubt. For them to endorse Bernie Sanders and not leave us and abandon us as Warren did in 2016, these are fantastic progressives. This is such good news. I'm glowing from this news. Like, I'm so excited. Like, I feel like a kid on Christmas. And I'm more excited about this than the debate. That's all I could think about. This is fantastic. I will be excited to see how this affects Bernie Sanders in the polls. But if I had to guess, I'd say this is going to give him a burst of energy. And it's going to reassure people that he's not out of this. He's just getting started. And now he has three of the most prominent progressives on his side. That's going to say a lot. It's going to give him a lot of credibility among hopefully establishment-minded Democrats. We'll see. But this is fantastic news. And morally speaking, it's the right decision. So if this is true, and I hope it's true, I would guess it's true, shout out to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Ilhan Omar, and Rashida Tlaib, because they are making a bold, morally right decision here in endorsing Bernie Sanders. And since they're fighting for him, I'm going to be that much more inclined to fight for them. I want to donate to their campaigns and help them get reelected. This is a national movement, and the fact that they are, jumping on board to help Bernie Sanders when now is kind of an easy time for people to jump ship because his polls went down after the heart attack, it really shows that they are committed and they're principled, and they are, they're not going to abandon us when the going gets tough. And, it means so much to me.